G'day and welcome to the Inforunners. I'm joined today by Algared and Dasein, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 ships that we own. Now this has kind of been a bit of a requested subject over and over, so we thought we might actually get around to doing it today. So, yeah, so...
Embarrassing subject.
Embarrassing subject?
Embarrassing subject, your lack of green screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
oh, ouch. Ouch.
Unprofessional. No, that's fine. Yeah, so I think we'll start off with number 5. Algared, do you want to take us away with your number 5?
Okay. My number 5 starts off with the very first ship I bought, which was the Constellation. Constellation Andromeda. I bought it because it was a ship that had place for a few mates. It was kind of at Connie, not the Connie, the Millennium Falcon feel was what they were pushing for. While it didn't look like the Falcon, it still had the turrets, it still had that group play. But I also liked the Retaliator for similar reasons. It had that group play aspect as a solo ship, Star Runner. Because
how many ships are you doing for one ship? I'm confused. Anyway.
We're talking crazy Al here.
Alright, cool. Alright, that's Algared's one ship. Right. What's yours, Dasein?
Well, I'm just going to say right now, I just took my ship list and minus the one of the ships, and there you go. There's my top 5. Right. So I'm left with the Raven. and to be fully fair, I love the Raven because it has the computer cores. It's a joy to fly. Its cockpit view is really nice. EMPs are great. It's a little bit under firepowered, but it's a good ship. And I'm hoping in the future you might be able to do some data running with it by carrying the data. And then that will actually really bring the ship up because it's a data runner that can fight and run.
So just to clarify, your Saber Raven, when you're saying about your top 5 ships, you don't own your 5th one. That's what you're trying to say.
No,
so,
I actually own 6 ships total.
Okay.
So I minus one of the ships, and you're left with 5.
Okay. That 6 is the Dragonfly, right?
Well, no, 6 is the Origin. I'm not counting ground vehicles from referral contest.
We're getting a little bit off subject here, but that's fine. All right, my number 5 is the Terrapin, and like Algared might have alluded to, this is the ship I brought for myself for solo play. I like my exploration, and I think it'll also be a non-redundant ship. I'm just looking forward to that exploration gameplay. That's my real simple response to that. Number 4, do you want to go first this time, Dasein?
Yes, number 4, the Hammerhead. I love the concept of the Hammerhead, and I feel like it's peanut butter and jelly with a Polaris. Like it covers bases for fleets, for mining operations. I see it as a real workhorse. While it may not be exciting as in chasing things as much because of its lower speed, but it's definitely going to be there for defense. And it's going to get a lot of work, and it doesn't require too many crew. Like you might say, well, you have man turrets and all that, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a lot less crew than plopping an Idris down for a mining operation or a convoy.
Okay. Well, my number 4 is the Carrack for very similar reasons to I just stated for the Terrapin. I'm looking forward to the exploration gameplay, a little bit of that Star Trek type stuff, and I'm just the same thing kind of in the Terrapin, but with more people. I think I'll make that short and sweet. Algared, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is the Endeavour. I like the idea of that medical hospital and also the science research aspect. It's like a mini space station or movable space station, and I don't really have a solo ship in that slot. I just couldn't think of one.
One ship, that's it. So we'll move on to number 3 is the Polaris for me. This is the biggest ship I actually own. It's also a capital ship. Much like Dasein stated, it goes peanut and butter and jelly with the Hammerhead. I also own the Hammerhead, but that's a different story. But yeah, the Polaris, I think it's just something I'm really looking forward to. I like the idea of with the kind of fleet operations getting out there and being able to put smaller ships out there to do their tasks and stuff like that. Who wants to go next? Dyson?
The Mercury Star Runner. I absolutely love this ship. I like the ability to do data running, cargo, have decent speed for the amount of cargo, and it just has so many opportunities. It's beautiful. The cockpit view is really what sold me on it at the end of the day. Like
and it's the Millennium Falcon of Star Citizen. What more could you ask for?
Let's just say you take that out, the cockpit view and cargo. Like, you're not just saying cargo with cockpit view. What else can you want?
Take out the Millennium Falcon. How dare you? Oh, scandalized.
And to all the subscribers we just lost, we are no longer associated with. No, all right, Algared, what's your number 2, please, bud?
My number 3.
Oh, 3. Haven't you done your 3 yet? Oh, sorry, my bad. You do your 3 then.
So my number 3 is the Crucible. When I first signed on to the game, the idea of the non-pew-pew ships were just a thing that made me go, wow, this is going to be an awesome game. And the Crucible was one of those, one of the ships I was looking forward to, the ability to repair other ships and work with others and help others. That for me was awesome. But the crew size just massive, I think it's going to end up being. And I think if you want to do that solo, you're really going to want to go down to the Vulture, not the Vulture, the Vulcan.
Mm. I also am a big fan of those utility ships over the combat ships, so I can relate to that. Dyson, do you want to do your number 2 then, please?
My number 2 is the Polaris. It's really my baby. It's the ship that you can go out there. Not only is it good for escorting and mining operations, but I actually see it as a ship that you could load in a smaller vessel, toss it in the top, go out. You can do pretty much whatever and use it as a mobile base if you don't want to actually have to use somewhere else. So it has a lot of advantages. Yeah, plus, it's going to be pretty fast.
Same here with me, mate. I agree with all that. Yours, please, Mr. Algared.
Mine is actually also the Polaris in number 2. I know. It's for me, it's a small scale ship for ability to be able to do star trekking across the universe. You can have a ship inside which gives you that scouting ability or the shuttle ability that you'd see on Star Trek. It's a multi-crew ship, so it gives you the ability to have mates with you and do that exploration. It's got teeth, so it's not going to be left reeling if it comes across trouble. And it doesn't need as many crew as some of the bigger ships, so it enables you to do all of that exploration and going into the deep and doing all that stuff, but not need masses of people to help you or masses of NPCs.
Okay,
I got to do my solo version. Solo version is the Apollo.
Okay, cool. Mine is the Endeavour. So I probably had the Polaris at number 3 because, yeah, as I said, I probably prefer the utility ship. So, yeah, the Endeavour, mainly because of its modularity. Like, if you've got a master set with this thing, it's like 6 or 7 ships in one. It's kind of like a little floating city that you can customize. I'm kind of interested in the gameplay it provides as well. You've got, your science, you've got your hospitality or healing like the Apollo. You've got research and development of weapons and stuff. So, and a lot of the science gameplay is not detailed yet. So I think it's possibly one of the most varied ships in the game, and I'm really excited by it. Yeah. So the Endeavour. Has everyone done 2? I think that's everyone, isn't it? Yep. So I might go first then with my number 1, and I don't know if it's surprising for you guys, but my number 1 is the Reclaimer, which might surprise a few people, but it's because of the exploration and the utility that this game has. And the thing that sold me on the Reclaimer was just that thought, or the scene from Lost in Space. Do you remember where they pull up on the ship that's been sent out to look from? And I'm talking about the movie from 1992, I think, or 1998, where the one with Matt, the guy from Friends, Matt LeBlanc. Him. And they basically pull in. There's all those little spider sacks up on the wall, and all the little kind of robotic spiders come out. That scene, like going into a ship to empty it before you salvage it, but you never know what's going to be on there. And they've stated there could be heaps of things on there, like dead bodies or aliens or whatever. And I just got really sold on that concept. Plus, it's also got that real utility factor of, you know, it's almost like mining of ships. I've said that before, but you're turning them back into resources, and I know, I just got sold on that. And the ship looks awesome. So yeah, that's my number one. Who wants to go next?
Well, I might as well mention the Banu Merchantmen for number one. Hands down is my favorite ship. Yes, I said the Polaris is my baby, but the Banu Merchantmen is going to be a great ship for cargo. You can use it for selling things. I just like the idea of going out, doing missions with my other ships, and then loading up my Banu, plopping down on a planet and being like, hello, want to buy this, want to buy that. I mean, it just has that shop mentality, and it just in a very protected package, which won't have to really worry about too many escorts, being as it's, well, fairly self-sustainable.
So do you see yourself as a little bit of a retailer with that ship?
Well, the type of retailer who resells things that you've just blown up, but yes.
He found it on the back of a truck. So, yeah.
Fell off the back
found
of the
it.
truck. What about yours, Algared? What's your number one?
My number one for group play is actually the Idris, and it's picking up that idea that I had for the Polaris. I originally imagined the Idris being the Enterprise of Star Citizen, the ship that you could take out your crew with enough red shirts that you'd have replacement. Yeah, I know. It's got a med base, so you'd be able to respawn. So you could go out there and do everything you needed. You've got room for your support ships and everything else.
Most people call them friends. Algared calls them red shirts.
Algared,
that's the
I am not going on your
NPCs.
ship. I am not a red shirt. Sorry.
No, I was talking about the NPCs on the ship. It's got enough. But I do
There's no
think
going back right now. You're digging yourself.
We better
deep.
stop or we're going to kill him.
But I do think just the amount of crew that the Idris needs does make it almost untenable in that role. And I think the Carrack is probably the better ship that will do that role. Or going down to the Polaris. And if you would just want a solo ship, then you're looking at really the Vulture or the Prospector, because they can do them by themselves. You can do that utility play or the salvage play or the mining play. And so that would be my, I know. For Al, it's the top 5 ships. Or
top 5 ships, I think right now we're on maybe 15.
Well, I have that problem, being crazy Al.
All right, so if you're like us, I wouldn't mind seeing other people's top 5 as well, and give us your reasoning as well for why you kind of like those ships in the comments below. I've got hiccups all of a sudden. If you like this video, like this video. If you don't like this video, dislike this video. Also, drop us a question on Discord, or if you want to come and talk to us about ships on Discord, feel free to do so as well. Anything else you boys would like to add before we head off?
Yeah. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and join us for more episodes.
And we read all the comments. We might not reply to everything, but we do at least read them. So whatever your feedback you have, it's definitely going to be read.
That's right. And your feedback might actually spawn one of our episodes, like this one.
Like this one. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Take care. God bless.